Now before any of you ask if this is Overwatch, allow me to point you in the direction of the fatal amount of blood that Blizzard would never have in their games. Now there's a shitload of this game to get through and there's only so much time I have, so I'm just going to cover one class for today, and that class just happens to be my favorite one, Support. Now you may be thinking, you play Support in this game because you play Support in Overwatch? No, not really. It's kinda because of shotguns. Now every class in this game actually has a specific kind of weapon that it excels with by means of applying perks to it, i.e. increased damage, increased magazine size, and other stuff of that nature. Now the only thing we need to know today is what kind of weapon support classes use. Yeah, that wasn't too hard. Now shotguns in my eyes are by far the coolest kind of guns in this game. You know what, not even in my mind, they're statistically proven to be the coolest type of gun out there. And while nerds might want to point out their lack of range, there's one thing to keep in mind. This is a horde game, okay? There are going to be enemies coming at you, which means that every second you stand still or even do anything, you will need less range to effectively hit the enemy. Now this actually does wonders for the support class and changes the game from can I hit this enemy into when can I hit this enemy.
No business like no business.
Now when it comes to shotgun selection, you always want to have a few options. Luckily for you, I have narrowed it down to two of the best options in the game. The first option, and by far my favorite weapon in the game, is the double barrel boomstick, or as I like to call it,
My boomstick!
This gun is just death incarnate. It's like you killed death and stuffed his ashes in the barrels of your gun and are just shooting that out. Because this stuff will tear enemies apart, smear them on the walls, and generally make it look like you sent them through a wood chipper and then a cheese grater.
That's just the first call.
And yes, while there are only 2 shots in a clip, one of the first perks you get as the support class is increased reload speed, allowing you to spit out lead at an insane rate.
That's just the first.
Now at this point, I think you get the whole point of the double barrel boomstick. Low ammo, high damage, it's my favorite, let's move on. The second best weapon in the game, or shotgun wise, is the AA-12. Now this is actually the best option for you if you are blind, because all it requires is you to pick a direction, hold down the trigger, and anything in that area, it'll die, it's dead. And its high magazine capacity allows you to take out low-tier trash mobs really easily, but it also allows for one of my favorite things in this game. Sitting behind a welded door, waiting for the enemies to gather up, waiting for them to break it down, and effectively shredding what was on the other side.
I've got against that door. Doors need to shoot to pieces. I hate to be that door.
Also, as support, you get a few extra perks that you can use in the game. The first one is increased welding speed. Hold on. Basically, all this means is that you can weld doors faster, and you also have the ability to repair them if they get broken down. Now, your second ability is increased weight capacity. Now, every gun in this game has a certain amount of weight to it. And the more weight you have, the slower you will run, and there's only a certain amount every character can carry. Support has the most by far with 18, while I believe every other class only has 15. Now your final perk is ammo supply. This effectively allows your team to resupply a little bit of ammo once per round at you. And this is really great for every class, and generally everyone is very thankful for it, except for the Berserker, but at the end of the day they are Berserkers, so no one really cares. Now if you also hate yourself, you can play the PvP mode in this game. Yes, that is right, this game has a PvP mode. Basically, it goes like this. one team of humans versus one team of players controlling Zeds, and that's basically it. You just kind of duke it out until one team looks like smeared cream cheese all over the wall. Now, while this is an incredibly fun game mode, there are two major flaws that I can find with it that make the game mode incredibly frustrating. Now, the first flaw is that if there's one player left controlling a Zed, they can draw out the round almost indefinitely by running around like a spastic grasshopper. And the second major flaw with this game is that at random times, an enemy player may leave the team because they are losing, in which case the game might fill that spot with you, and that might lose you the game if you did really good on the first round. Now you may think, oh, that seems like a big flaw, it probably doesn't happen that often. Well, it happened to me 3 out of the 5 times that I've played that game mode, so before anything else, I would suggest waiting it out, waiting for the developers to fix it, and then playing it.
Oh, what the fuck ever!
And that's really it for today, that's really all I have, but there's one last thing I'd like to leave you with, an equation. See, I've already put quite a few hours into this game, and every hour I have played it, I've been thinking of a special equation to make this game easier for everyone. You ready for this? More bullets equals more dead things. That's it. I know it's simple, but not everyone does it. So load up on that ammo, pick up those few extra rounds, and soon enough, every Zed in the game will be deader than For Honor's community.
No business like snow business. Come on, it's funny. I hate to be
Somebody!
You have a big battle coming up. This equipment is an investment.